Howdy hi, happy hikers, bikers, fishers and yakkers, and welcome back to Escape Cat and the Port Davey Track. The trail is situated in Tasmania's Southwest National Park, and the trailhead is at the end of Scotts Peak Road, near Scotts Peak Dam. The trail will wind its way bypassing the Western Arthur Range, which is here, and it sort of meanders around through the valleys, along the Lost Well Plateau, crossing lots of creeks, before you have to row over the Bathurst Narrows and ending up at Melaleuca. Oh, and I should let you know that we did this trail in early February. So let's get to it. It was a lovely stroll heading into Junction Creek. As you can see, the sun was shining. We were so lucky. We had near perfect days, 5 days of just beautiful sunshine. Some areas of the track are very overgrown, so you sort of have to watch your footing a bit. And of course you've got the mud to deal with, but we didn't have much mud. We were quite lucky. And that's the Western Arthurs. Absolutely beautiful. And this is Junction Creek. And yes, you do have to cross over that lovely pile of sticks, but it's all good. And here we have the wonderful public toilet hidden away behind the bushes. Wonder how many people actually use it.
Perfect place to sit, I think.
Anyway, we camped away from the creek bed, found a lovely little flat spot, and it was nice and breezy and a great view of the Arthurs. And day 2, we are officially on the Port Davey Track. Woohoo!
Port Davey that way, which is where we're going, or this well-used track that goes up there to the Western Arthurs. That's in a few weeks' time. Woohoo!
And here we have another lovely creek crossing.
Oh, stuck. This is where I'll get stuck.
Yep, I was getting stuck a lot on this track.
Not too bad.
majestical. And another creek crossing. And yes, you do have to be aware that there is a fair bit of bush bashing on this track. It can be quite overgrown in places. So this here is Crossing River. It's one of the bigger crossings that you will have to do. We were very lucky that the water levels were rather low. Now you can camp here. This would be the second night camping. It's around, I think we did 10 Ks at this stage for this day. But we chose to continue on to the next campsite and do another 10 Ks.
Oh, so many of them.
So this was our campsite for day 2. I don't know what it was called, but it was a lovely little flat area, so we grabbed it, and we were absolutely exhausted after 20 Ks for that day. The following day, the track deteriorated a fair bit, and there were a lot of water crossings, a lot of them. So day 3 saw us walking along the area of the Lost Will Plateau. I think that's what it's called. When you're down in the valleys, it was very muddy and overgrown, and when you were up on the hill crests, it was hot and rocky, and each one of those little valleys that you had to cross had a water crossing in it. So something just to be aware of is that these lovely little pygmy tea tree bushes that you can sort of see hiding in there, our Melaleucas, I think the tea trees, they're bastards. They will rip at your pants, rip at your skin. So just another thing to add to that lovely mud that you have to slush through. There's definitely no shortage of water on this track, that's for sure, and that's a good thing. So finding our campsite for the third night was a bit of an effort. It was quite tough finding the track into this bridge. It was so overgrown, so thankful for all trails once again. And I'm stuck again. So just another little note, some of these climbs can be quite taxing. It doesn't look very steep, but trust me, it is in areas. Another interesting creek crossing. This one I had to slide into the creek on my bum, and there were quite a few little trout in the creek. Absolutely beautiful to see.
Look at that. He ate it. He actually ate it. Oh, and there's other little ones there too. Another little one. Huh. So, we have come way up over there, behind that mountain range.
Crikeys.
Following all the way
Sorry
up there.
about the sausage fingers. But I wanted to
Along
leave
the
this
front of this range,
little snippet
crossing
in
many creeks.
because you can
Over
sort
these
of
mountains here.
see the type of elevation that you're constantly climbing up
And we're
and
getting
climbing down,
close
and up
to the sea.
and down.
We've got a lot of climbing still to do.
Oh! So finally we could start to see the Narrows. Not too far to go before we would be able to set up our tent. So early to bed that night so that we could be up bright and early to tackle the paddle across the Narrows. The wind picks up around midday over there, so you do want to be out on that water at first light while it's nice and calm.
We're getting sucked around the corner. Row, row, row your boat.
Also, please make sure that there is a boat either side of the crossing. This may mean that you will have to paddle back with a second boat to leave it there for other hikers. So, not far to go now. A few more hours hiking and we would arrive at Melaleuca. Originally we were going to have a resupply at Melaleuca and then continue on with the South Coast track. But on this particular last day of hiking, I became very ill and I had to fly out the following day. And then found out through my doctor that I actually had glandular fever. We were so lucky to be able to get a flight out the very next morning. And, you know, that flight was just as stunning as walking the trail itself. It was so beautiful to look down and see where we paddled over and the hills that we walked over, and Western Arthurs, look at that. We'll be back to do that one of these days. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.